uh, chapter 9, verse 22. Okay. Increase font. Let me chant the verse. Ananyāścintayanto māṁ ye janah paryupāsate teshāṁ nityābhiyuktānāṁ yogakṣemam vahāmyaham ananyāścintayanto māṁ ye janah paryupāsate teshāṁ nityābhiyuktānāṁ yogakṣemam vahāmyaham ananyāścintayanto māṁ ye janah paryupāsate teshāṁ nityābhiyuktānāṁ yogakṣemam vahāmyaham. Okay, Prabhuji's. Ananyāścintayanto māṁ ye janah paryupāsate teshāṁ nityābhiyuktānāṁ yogakṣemam vahāmyaham ananyāścintayanto māṁ ye janah paryupāsate teshāṁ nityābhiyuktānāṁ yogakṣemam vahāmyaham. Anybody else? Okay, so it's a very beautiful verse. One of my favorites in Bhagavad Gita. Ananya chintayantoma. Ananya. Ananya means having no other object or having no other distraction, with full focus, with single pointed focus. Ananya chintayantoma. Krishna is saying, whoever thinks about me, without getting distracted or without going here and there. Yajana pari upasate. Upasate means worship. So those who worship me with single pointed focus, tesham nitya abhiyuktana. Abhiyuktana means, nitya means always. For those who are always fixed in my devotion like this, yogakṣemam vahāmyaham. Krishna is saying, I will take care of his yoga and kshema. Yoga means, in this case, yoga means his well-being or requirements, needs. Kshemam means protection. So Krishna is giving a promise in this verse. Krishna is saying, anyone who, without getting deviated, distracted, with fixed mind, engages in my devotion always, I will take care of his life. In simple words. In simple words, Krishna is giving a promise that he will take care of such devotees. Okay, now this protection means two things. Actually, the protection here that Krishna is talking about is protection of that devotee's spiritual life. Okay, but sometimes protection of material life will also be required, because Suppose a body is in some kind of danger. If body is not protected, then how can the devotee do devotion? Hmm. So Krishna not only protects the spiritual life of the devotee, he also protects the material life of the devotee to the extent that is required. Now, who are these Ananya Bhaktas? Ananya Bhakta means one who has full faith in Krishna and Krishna's words. Krishna is saying so many things in Bhagavad Gita. He's giving so many promises. Like, for example, this is one promise. Then he says, Sarvadharman paritejya mam ekam sharanam vraja nam tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami. He's saying, I'll rid you of all your sinful reactions. So like this, Krishna is making so many claims like this in Bhagavad Gita. Ananya Bhakta is one who has full faith in Krishna. He has full faith. He has full faith in whatever Krishna is saying. He doesn't doubt Krishna's statements in Bhagavad Gita. You might also think, oh, but I also don't doubt Krishna's statements. I might not doubt Krishna's statements, but I don't fully accept it, which actually means I doubt. We might not, openly we might not feel like I'm rejecting Krishna's statements, but I'm not fully accepting his statements also. But Ananya devotee, Ananya Bhakta, who is fixed in devotion to Krishna without deviation, he is completely surrendered. He has nobody else but Krishna in his life. There's nobody else. So we're going to talk about some examples today, lives of great devotees, and how to understand what this Ananya Bhakti is. First example in Bhagavatam, beginning of Bhagavatam, is of Pandavas. You all know Pandavas, right? Pandavas were great warriors, right? Arjuna, Bhima, right? They were all great warriors. And Yudhishthira was Dharmaraja, so which means that he used to uphold Dharma, like this. Now, once what happens, Ashwatthama is actually Dronacharya's son, right? And Dronacharya was the guru of Kauravas, of course, all of them, but finally he joined the Kaurava party for the war. So then Dronacharya was killed. Dronacharya died because of some strange arrangement by Krishna. Okay, so then his son Ashwatthama became very upset with the Pandavas. So he does two things. First, he beheads the sons of Draupadi, sleeping small sons. They're all sleeping in the tent, and he just cuts off their heads and puts all their heads, grossly, like in a gunny bag, and takes it to Duryodhana. Duryodhana was then actually badly hurt by Bhima on the battlefield, and he was about to die. So he was on the battlefield, in the last moment of his life, and then Ashwatthama takes these 5 heads in a gunny bag, shows it to him. See, I killed the sons of your enemy. And Duryodhana feels very bad. He says, what a ghastly act you've done. What have those 5 children done to you? Why did you go and kill them? So he rejects Ashwatthama's act. Then Ashwatthama then decides, no, okay, then I'm going to kill the grandson of these Pandavas. Who was Parikshit Maharaj, who was in the womb of his mother Uttara. And he uses his Brahmastra. Brahmastra is, like Prabhupada says, is like nuclear weapon, but it is a targeted nuclear weapon. Our nuclear weapons are not targeted. Will fall in place, some place, everybody will die. It's not to a person. But Brahmastra can be directed to a person. So Brahmastra was directed to kill Parikshit. Now obviously, like all of them are devotees, right? All the Pandavas, their whole family, everybody is a devotee of Krishna. So Uttara comes running to Krishna. Krishna Mahabaho, she is calling Krishna, you are the most powerful of everybody, please protect me. If you want, let me die, but let the embryo in my stomach not die, because he's going to continue the Pandava race, so he should not die. And then Krishna personally enters into the womb of Uttara to protect Parikshit. from the Brahmastra. And Parikshit actually sees, thumb size Vishnu. Thumb size Vishnu. He enters in that size into the womb, and he's like loitering around everywhere. Brahmastra's influence, which is energy. So he's like nullifying everything there, and this boy, embryo in the child is looking, saying that who is this 400 form Vishnu? Some 400 person is come and doing something. So he saw that in his childhood. And then he came out after he took birth, he's like testing everybody. Are you that 400 form? Are you that person who came? So his name became Parikshit. Parikshit means who is examining. So Krishna protected Parikshit. Now understand, Parikshit did not pray to Krishna for protection. His mother prayed. So okay, Uttara prayed, fine. Krishna came and protected her son also. So this is one thing we have to understand. If we are devotees, whoever is in along with us also comes under family plan. This insurance is family plan. All family comes under protection. Okay, then this happened. Then after that, Ashwatthama got crazy. Now he said, okay, now I'm going to kill the Pandavas only. So he then fires, actually same Brahmastra, he wants to kill Pandavas and also Parikshit, but when the Brahmastra is fired against Pandavas are great devotees of Krishna, at the same time great warriors. Now they think immediately, saying that, okay, it's my duty as a Kshatriya, I have to protect myself, right, against this Brahmastra. So they try to take their weapons and, try all that, but Krishna is seeing all this. Krishna sees that Pandavas don't have enough time to react. Before they can react, the Brahmastra will destroy them. Okay? Now Pandavas did not even turn towards Krishna, think about Krishna, call Krishna. What Krishna did? Immediately he sent his Sudarshana to destroy Brahmastra. Now this is Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means single pointed dependence on Krishna. Now that dependence on Krishna was so single pointed that they didn't even need to call out Krishna's name. Krishna knew that they are implicitly surrendered, implicitly dependent, which means that they don't have anybody else. The children, are we going to wait? If the child is in danger, are we going to wait for the child to call, saying that, Papa, Mama, please come and help me? No, it's implicit. Saying that something is going to happen to my child, I will take care. So this is Ananya Bhakti. So one Uttara, she called out for Krishna. Other Pandavas, they didn't even call out for Krishna. So when we become, like this devotees on this platform, Krishna automatically takes responsibility of our life. Automatically, we don't have to tell him anything. Ordinary jivas, they go in front of the Lord and say, oh Krishna, I have these problems. Please give me these solutions. But Ananya Bhakta doesn't feel the need. He doesn't feel the need to ask or tell Krishna. He doesn't ask, nor does he tell. We do both asking and telling. We ask and we also tell, see, this is the solution, Krishna, don't give me any other solution. I don't like it. I like only this solution. But Ananya Bhaktas, they don't even ask, neither do they tell. They're implicitly dependent on the Supreme Lord, and Krishna knows this. Krishna knows. Our Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, somebody comes to him and says, Swamiji, can you please come for some pravachan? There's some program. Please you come and give class. What will we say? If suppose somebody comes and tells us, saying that, there is some program on this day, can you please come? We'll say, okay, we'll see my calendar. Okay, time is free, means okay, I will come. But what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say? He used to say, I will come, Krishna willing. If Krishna wants, I will come. I don't have the power to come on my own. If Krishna wants me to come there, I will come. So, one interesting point to note here. See, in English, we have two kinds of voices. One is called active voice, the other is called passive voice. Anybody can explain what is active voice? Easily, simply. What is active voice? What is the difference between active voice and passive voice? Active voice. Direct. Active means I did this. I ate. I bought. So this is active voice. What is passive voice? It was done by me. Now all of you think and tell me, what is the difference between this active voice and passive voice? In active voice, what is the focus? In passive voice, what is the focus?
Active voice, the element is the focus.
The doer is the focus. I am the focus. In active voice, I am the focus. I cooked. No. What I cooked is not important. What is important? I cooked. And in passive voice, it was cooked by me. So what is important? The cooking is important, not me. Now, in Sanskrit is the base for all Indian languages. In Sanskrit doesn't use active voice. Sanskrit doesn't use active voice. As in, it's there, but it's not normally used. And in English, what is used? Active voice. Oh, I think that this one. In English, it is active voice. In English, they don't use passive voice. Passive voice is very rarely used. Which means that the Western culture has given us this sense of ego, that I am important. Okay, and our Vedic culture did not give importance to me, the person. It gave importance to whatever is being done, which is always being done in connection with Krishna. So the service was important. That service today, the bhoga for the Lord was offered by me. The important thing is bhoga. By me, if you say or not say also, it's same. The bhoga was offered. Whatever has to be communicated is got communicated. I am not important in that whole part, right? But unfortunately, we are badly influenced by Western culture today, and we are steeped in false ego. So whenever something happens in our life, we first think about whom? Myself. Okay, my vehicle is punctured. Oh, I will go and get this puncture fixed. We don't think about Krishna. Will you think about Krishna if your vehicle is punctured? No. You think, okay, vehicle punctured, I have to find a puncture shop. I have to get this fixed. I. You know what a pure devotee will say? Pure devotee will say, this puncture has to be fixed. By me, no me, doesn't matter. What happens? What is the difference? In the first case, in the active voice, I am taking responsibility of this activity. I have to go. In the case of a devotee, he's stating what needs to be done. He's saying, okay, this has to be done. Now, whether I have the capability to do, whether I don't have the capability to do, now I am leaving it to Krishna. So Krishna will see whether I have to do, who has to do, how it has to be done. He will take care. Focus here, it's okay. They're going, some refrigerator is not working, so they're going to check. So the point is that Ananya Bhakta is not focused on himself, he is focused on the service that has to be done. And because he is not self-centered, because he is not egoistic, Krishna takes responsibility of that work. When I say I have to do, who took responsibility of the work? I took responsibility of the work. But when I say this has to be done, automatically, because I am not so focused on myself, Krishna takes responsibility of the work. This is the mood of Ananya Bhakta. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, if Krishna wants, I will come. I don't have the ability to come myself. Do we ever think that way? Oh, from here I have to go 2 roads away. Yeah, I'll go walking. What is the big deal? But there is no guarantee we are going to reach that place. Right? Because we don't know what is going to happen from here to that place. So, a pure devotee, he doesn't feel that he is in control, or he doesn't think, no, I can do, I know. He thinks, it's all Krishna. And when we give this, it's like, what is that? Relay race. Relay. What is that relay race? They have a baton or something, right? So you give it to somebody else and then somebody takes it and runs. So Ananya Bhakta's life is like this. He is always in connection with Krishna. Krishna is ready to take that baton anytime. And Ananya Bhakta just gives Krishna, you decide. You want me to go? Okay, I will go. You don't want me to go? Okay, I won't go. He's like, no, 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 Krishna, I want to go. They're going to put garland. They're going to be facilitating me. They're going to say, Jai, 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 I want to go. No. Ananya Bhakta is not bothered about this. He said, Krishna, you want me to go? Is this, you think that I should go? Okay, I leave it to you. If you think I should not go, okay, no, fine, no problem, fine. He's ready to accept whatever Krishna decides. So, Sudama, next example. So, first, we spoke about Pandavas, we spoke about Uttara, we spoke about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Now, I'll talk about Sudama. Sudama was a poor Brahmana. He didn't have any money, but he was a great devotee of Krishna. Now, first question that comes into our mind. If Sudama was such a great devotee, why Krishna didn't give him any wealth? Krishna can give, right? All wealth is with Krishna. Why Krishna didn't give wealth? Why? Because Sudama did not want wealth. Sudama told Krishna, no, 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 I don't want money. I don't want this. It's going to be distract me. No, I don't want money. So he rejected. So Krishna said, okay, my devotee rejects, what can I do? I will not thrust it on him. So then what happens after a few years, then his wife is like feeling very bad, saying, we don't even have food at home. How can I serve my husband? And she was feeling bad. Then she calls Sudama and says, Swami, your friend Krishna is in Dwaraka. Our situation is very bad. Why don't you go and tell him? Definitely he will do something for us. Sudama did not have any interest to go and ask Krishna, but he thought, oh, Krishna, I can go to meet Krishna. So Sudama and Krishna studied in the same Gurukul. So Sudama was very, very excited. He said, oh, I'll get an opportunity to meet Krishna. So he goes, and then he takes that, dry puffed rice, etc. And then after everything, so before going, Sudama, just his thought process slightly changes. He thinks, oh, my wife wants to serve me and she's really struggling. And in fact, I am responsible. I have to get food for her to, cook and offer. But then he thinks, okay, for my wife's sake, he thinks, Krishna, if you want, you can give. I am not asking. If you want, you give. So he came from rejecting Krishna's mercy of wealth to being careless about it or negligent about it, saying that if you want, you give, otherwise it's okay, I don't care. What Krishna did? Suddenly he took the opportunity because he found a loophole. Till now he was saying no, no, no. Now he said, okay, if you want. Krishna said, yes, I want. And Krishna gave him something, which is unimaginable wealth. Sudama never asked anything. But he got more wealth than what he could possibly have earned for millions of lifetimes. Brahmana, how much money can he earn? So, Ananya devotees don't ask Krishna. Krishna is waiting to take care of such devotees. Now, I'm going to quote some examples from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, these were Chaitanya Charitamrita is about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself who came in a form of a devotee. He appeared in Bengal, in Nadia, to give this Harinam, Nama Sankirtana. Krishna comes himself. But this avatara is called Channa avatara, secret avatara. It's not very openly discussed in the Vedas. So once what happens, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, normally he is always in the mood of a devotee. But once he comes into the mood of Ishvara, into the mood of Supreme Lord, and this pastime is called Mahaprakash Leela. So for I think 72 hours, if I'm not wrong. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displays his opulence, being Supreme Lord. And in that pastime, he calls various of his devotees. Now, who are all these devotees? These devotees are all Krishna's devotees in Goloka, who come. When Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they come in different forms, gopis, gopas, etc., to be with Krishna, to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this pastime. So there is one devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who was called Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur, we call him Namacharya. He is the Acharya of the Nama. So he used to chant 3 lakh names a day. 3 lakh names. We chant 1728, right, into whatever, 16. So 3 lakh names means it takes about 22 hours to chant every day, 22 hours. His work was only to chant, nothing else. He didn't have any need to eat, sleep, rest, blah blah blah. At 2 hours, if he gets some time, he will take some rest, otherwise nothing. So he's called Namacharya. So this Haridas Thakur, once some Hindu becomes, so he was born in a Muslim family, but he was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when some Hindu becomes very, envious of Haridas Thakur, and then he goes and complains to the Nawab. And then he says, no, he's like, he's spoiling Hindu culture, so you please punish him. Okay, finally he gets a punishment. What is the punishment? That he's going to be whipped, whip, right? He's going to be whipped in 22 marketplaces. Whip is that big rope, right? Using which they will hit on the body of a person. And generally, when you're whipped for like 5 to 10 times, normally a person dies. It's so painful. Okay. Now, Haridas Thakur was ordered to be beaten in 22 marketplaces. So they go to the first marketplace. They start beating. 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. They're all tired. That people who are beating, but nothing is happening to Haridas Thakur. And they're all surprised. Then they say, okay, maybe we will try next marketplace. Anyway, 22 marketplaces, right? So first marketplace over, then when they go to second market again, they whip. Nothing is happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 22, and he's still alive. And not just alive, looks like nothing has happened to him. So all of these guys, they become like, they're not able to understand, how is it possible? A person dies if we whip him for 5 to 10 times. How is this person alive? So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows this Mahaprakash Leela, so then he calls Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, do you remember that day when you were being beaten in the marketplace, 22 marketplaces? Haridas Thakur said, yes, Mahaprabhu, I remember. Do you remember any pain of those whips? Haridas Thakur says, no, Mahaprabhu, I didn't feel any pain. Do you know why you didn't feel any pain? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows his back. All those whip marks are on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's back. So which means, what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do to protect Haridas? He had embraced Haridas. He had embraced Haridas in such a way that now all the whips were going on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's back. Again, Ananya devotee, Supreme Lord protecting him. And in this case, he had to protect his body. Because if he's going to die, then how can he propagate the glories of the holy name? So Krishna protected his body. Then there was one more person by name Gangadas Pandit, from whom Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was small, as Nimai Pandit, he used to learn Sanskrit from him. His teacher, Sanskrit teacher. So, but previously they used to respect teachers, not like nowadays, right? So, when this Mahaprakash Leela again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls the Gangadas Pandit. Do you remember that day what happened? That you were all running, all your whole family were running away from your house because some miscreants were coming, and you feared, saying that your family is going to get killed by them, and you came running to the banks of the Ganga. It was late in the evening and you had to cross the river. So you are seeing behind those people are coming, and you are seeing there are no boats. There are no boats in the Ganga. How will you cross? And you're afraid, saying that maybe I will not be able to protect my family. And then what happens? Suddenly one boat comes. And then you are so happy that all of you got onto the boat and very safely reached the other shore. Isn't it, Gangadas Pandit? Gangadas Pandit said, yes, Mahaprabhu, it is true that there was no boat and I was very worried. And suddenly, by your mercy, one boat came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it was not my mercy. It was me. I got the ship, boat for you, and took you over to the other side. So then, okay, maybe big things. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saving people. No, then there was one devotee who was living alone. This devotee had fever, some very chronic fever, not going at all and struggling, nobody to help, nobody to go anywhere, take to the doctor, etc., etc. Is struggling. And when such devotees who are completely dependent on Krishna, when they are struggling, it's as good as Krishna struggling. So again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls the devotee and says, "Do you remember that day you were not well?" And the devotee says, "Yes, Mahaprabhu." So then Mahaprabhu says, "See, I came to you as the Vaidya, doctor, and gave you the required medicine for you." So, like this, and one final example, beautiful example. There's one devotee by name Jayadev Goswami. You know, he was also a very great devotee, and he was reading this verse only, Ananya Chintayanto Mamos. And he was a poor Brahmana. He's written some amazing scriptures. He was a poor Brahmana. Then he saw this verse, he was reading Bhagavad Gita. He says, Yogakshemam Bhamyam. No, no, no. Krishna is not Yogakshemam Bhamyam. See, just reflecting on his personal situation, he says, no, he's not doing anything for me. So then he strikes that verse on the Bhagavad Gita book. And then he goes to, beg, Bhiksha. He's been going for many days, he's not getting anything. No Bhiksha is coming. So today also he goes, okay, I will try. And when he goes, as soon as he goes this side, some two boys come and knock on the door. Tuck, tuck, tuck. And then opens this. His wife opens the door. He says, who are you? I've never seen you both before. These two boys say, yeah, you've not seen us before, mother, but actually your husband sent us. Husband sent us? Yes, husband sent us. Why? No, he sent so many things for your house. So you please take. So then both those boys, they are, taking that huge bag that they're carrying on their back to keep it down. And as they're bringing the bag down, that his wife sees that both their backs have been beaten, black and blue. So then she asks him, what happened? Who has, done this to you? Who has punished you like this? And those two boys say, actually it's your husband only. The lady becomes very surprised. My husband? My husband doesn't even kill an ant. How can he beat you like this? So she becomes doubtful. Then she says, okay, I will ask him when he comes home. And then anyway, she was very happy because so much of, ingredients had come. Today she wanted to, she's very happy that she can cook something, offer to Krishna, offer it to her husband, etc. And then after some time, husband comes home. And husband comes home like yesterday, today also, no Bhiksha. He's also doing no Bhiksha. So then he comes home and then he says to his wife, sorry, today also Krishna didn't give us any food. Wife is saying, Krishna didn't give any food? What are you talking about? You only sent so much. See, they got two big gunny bags of all ingredients for cooking, vegetables, fruits, this, that, and all that. Says, who got? You only sent some two boys. Jayadev Goswami is now getting a doubt. He says, okay, can you describe these boys, how they were looking? Then that his wife says, one was fair, one was dark. Both were, middle, they were young, like 10 to 15-year-old, and they're short and they have curly hairs and all that. And as she is making this description, immediately Jayadev Goswami comes to know who it is. Krishna and Balaram have come. And then so she asks, so then she says, okay, what did they do? So they gave these bags, and then what? They showed their back. Why you whip them like that? You don't hurt even an ant. How is it that you could actually, be so rude to them or, And then Then it strikes to Jayadev Goswami. What had he done? Because he didn't believe this verse, he had scratched the verse in the book that he had. Krishna and Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are non-different from Krishna. That is why we say when somebody takes a book, we say don't keep it on the floor, don't write in the book, because it is non-different, it is Krishna's body. So that Jayadev Goswami has struck that verse, that was a mark on Krishna's back. And Krishna wanted to show, Krishna was not angry. How can you do this to me? I am Supreme Lord, I am going to punish you. No, Krishna was like, oh, my devotee is not believing me, that I will take care of him. Krishna said, no, I have to prove this. I have to prove to the whole world. Name Bhakta Pranashati, my Bhakta, my devotee is not destroyed, doesn't get destroyed. Yogakshemam Mahamyam, I personally take care. It's not outsourced business. I personally take care of my devotees. So Krishna himself came to show that, no, I take care of my devotees. Same thing we can see in all great devotees' lives. Prahlad Maharaj, what happened to Prahlad Maharaj? His father was standing to kill him. Where can he go? Again, he's full faith in Supreme Lord. Vishnu is there. Once he will protect, it's up to him. So Vishnu came, took that form of Narsimha, which even his own wife Lakshmi Devi, looking at him, got frightened. I have not seen my husband so angry before. For whom are you angry? For whom was he angry? For Prahlad, for his dear devotee. So Krishna is like this, you have to just have faith in Krishna. See, our problem is that whenever there is a life situation, we immediately just think about ourselves and our capability and what we need to do. But we don't think about Krishna. We don't depend on Krishna. And the difference between Krishna taking care of life and letting us take care of our own life is our mindset. There's no other qualification for this. There's no qualification. We don't have to become big pandits. Nothing. Your faith in Krishna and your dependence on Krishna. And Krishna reciprocates. Krishna doesn't say, oh no, you just come into devotion for a few months. You don't know Bhagavad Gita verses. You don't even know this Ananya Chintayan Toma verse. How can I protect you? No. Krishna has no such criteria. Krishna's criteria is, do you have faith in me? Like children have implicit faith on their parents. A devotee who develops this kind of implicit faith on Krishna, Krishna automatically does the needful, as they say in English. He will do the needful. Don't worry, don't think, don't brood over your life, don't think about why this has happened, why that has happened, I am not able to find a reason. Nothing is required. You don't have to find a reason. Even if you find a reason or you don't find a reason, doesn't matter. Krishna knows what he is doing. Trust Krishna. Trust Krishna. And when we trust Krishna, like I said, Krishna happily takes care of our life. Krishna is just waiting. Okay, situation came. What will this devotee do? No, I will do it. Oh, he only wants to do. Krishna is thinking, he is not giving me an opportunity at all. Okay, let him only do. And immediately when you turn towards Krishna, Krishna, I don't know how to manage this. I'm leaving it to you. Yes, okay, I will take it. So this is Krishna's love for his devotees. See, we have to understand, that is why this Krishna Bhakti is so unique. It's so unique. Outside people saying, no, you have to do puja like this, you have to be born in a Brahmana family, you have to chant mantras like this. No, Krishna doesn't want all this. Okay, if it is there, it's good. If somebody, mantra tantra visharadaha, avaishnava guru nasyat, vaishnava swapacho guru. Upanishads are saying, even if shadkarma nipuna vipro, shadkarma nipuna, some great Brahmana who's, knows all Vedic rituals, that this and all that, mantra tantra visharada, is an expert in all kinds of mantras, tantras. But Upanishads are saying, avaishnava guru nasyat. If he is a Vaishnava, Krishna has no consideration for him if he is not a Vaishnava. And who is a Vaishnava? Vaishnava is one who just loves Krishna, who depends on Krishna, who has faith in Krishna, who wants to serve Krishna, who has no other work What serving Krishna? And then we'll say, Arey Baba, no, but I am working, I work. How can I not work and only just do Krishna, serve Krishna? No, serving Krishna means not earning for yourself, earning for Krishna. Now, earning for Krishna means what? Prabhu, what then should I give my whole salary to Krishna? Yeah, you can if you have the faith. But Krishna says, okay, it's okay, you don't have so much faith, no problem. You give some whatever you want to give, rest you use it. So from today, there is this very auspicious month of Purushottam Mas. This is called Purushottam Mas or Adhika Mas. So from today till June 15th, it's an extremely auspicious month. It's not auspicious for those people who want to start something material. People don't do important material things during this month because they think it is very inauspicious. Adhika Masa means it's an extra month which comes once in about 3 years. It comes in the calendar. Suddenly 30 days have accumulated, not fitting into any other months. It becomes separate and that month is called Adhika Masa. Now this Adhika Masa, because materially people don't like to do anything here, abnormal, once in 3 years it comes, something will happen. So once this Adhika Masa goes to Krishna. Adhika Masa means like Ganga goes to Krishna means Ganga Devi goes to Krishna. Like that Adhika Masa Devi goes to Krishna and says, Krishna, what is this? You have made me this Adhika Masa. Nobody respects me. I'm useless, I'm worthless. What is the use of my existence? Better I don't exist. Now Krishna says, no. Now, Krishna is feeling very bad. He says, okay, so I will give you a lot of importance, more importance than any other month. So first thing he gives that Masa his own name. Krishna is called Purushottama. So Krishna gave his own name to that Masa, so that Adhika Masa is also called Purushottama Masa. Okay, so this month has been favored by Krishna more than other months. Then he said, no, because you also get my name, along with that you get to give benefits beyond any other months. What kind of benefits? Not material benefits. Don't expect anything materially this month, okay, but spiritually. So Kartik month is the most dearest month of all months, regularly in 1 year. It's the most dearest for Krishna. So Krishna has given a benediction, boon to that month, Kartik month, saying that anybody who does any devotional activities to Krishna, he gets like normal result, whatever you get like 1,000 times more result in Kartik month. Okay. Now, then he said to Purushottam Mas, to Adhik Mas, saying that, see, Kartik month is 1,000 times more benefit. I am going to give you more benefit than Kartik month. So in this month, if somebody does Krishna Bhakti, they will get 1,000 times what you get in Kartik month. It is buy one, get 1 lakh sale or something like crazy. And what are we trying to get here? What is this getting business? I'm seeing Nagaraj Prabhu's big question mark on his face, saying that, Prabhu, what are you talking about 1,000 times getting? What getting business? See, this getting business is very important, okay? This getting business is about what is called as love for Krishna. See, the love for Krishna is our ultimate goal. It's called Krishna Prema. For us to get Krishna Prema, we have to do lot of devotional activities. We have to accumulate lot of devotional sukruti, from whatever we are doing. Then, our heart gets purified. Then slowly, then eventually Krishna will be pleased. And then he'll give us Prema. Now, if you are fortunate, we can achieve it in 1 life. Otherwise, we might also have to do multiple lifetimes. Now, what happens? If suppose a normal devotional activity, if a jiva lives for, say, 50 years, right? 50 years he's been doing bhakti, assume. Okay, 50 years and how many hours we get to do bhakti? Maybe 2 hours. So let's use calculator. Okay, I'm going to give you mathematically how powerful this month is. Okay, so assume now saying that 50 years into 365 into 2 hours, 36,500 hours of bhakti you have done. Just assume this is equivalent to 1 point, just for, and Prabhupada says, so 36,500 years, okay, now I'm doing this, suddenly Krishna is giving me some intelligence, I'm doing some math, I don't know where it will end. Prabhupada says 18 years of 16 hours bhakti. Okay, 18 years into 365 into 16, which is 1 lakh 5 years to 1 lakh 5,000 and 120 years or hours of devotion you need, which otherwise you might do 36,000, or that too if you do for 50 years. If you do 10 years, then by 5. So 5,000 hours you've done devotion and you need 20x. That is this month. That is this month. So whatever gaps you have in your devotion preventing you from achieving perfection in this life will get fulfilled in this month. So we have to take up some vrata, some austerity, some vow for us to make progress in our devotion. That extra benefit is going to come in this month. What we need to do? Same thing that we are doing every day. Chanting Hare Krishna. So those who are not chanting Hare Krishna should chant Hare Krishna. Okay, he said, no, Prabhu, but I'm not going to chant after Purushottam Masa. I said, okay, no problem. You chant during Purushottam month. After that, you want to stop? Up to you. Why? You accumulated already sufficient bonus points. Okay, so 1 month, every day. So first week, say you chant 1 round every day of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Second week, chant 2 rounds. Third week, 3 rounds. Fourth week, 4 rounds. So by the time you end Purushottam month, you would be chanting 4 rounds. After that, you want to continue, you want to stop, you stop. It's up to you. Those who are already doing 16 rounds, what can you do? You can add 1 more round, 2 more round this month. Okay, not just chanting alone. Okay, now reading. Suppose if somebody is not reading at all, you start reading. Take Prabhupada's books. Read Prabhupada, the Bhagavad Gita verses, translation, something in half an hour every day. Those who are reading half an hour, what should you do? Do 40 minutes. Okay, so 2 activities over. Third, we can offer lamp to Krishna. Like in Damodar, we offer ghee lamp. Shastra says 33 have to be offered, but it's okay. Krishna knows that these Kali Yuga people are all lazy. So he will give benefit. You offer 1 ghee lamp every day to Krishna during this month. 1 more devotional activity. Fourth, so 5 activities I am saying. First is chanting. Second is reading something connected to Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Third, Deepa, Diya, light lamp. Fourth is you can try to eat some prasadam every day. Some prasadam. If you are not eating Krishna prasada every day, try to eat some Krishna prasada every day. So which means that in a day at least you offer milk, fruits, dry fruits, something to Krishna every day and take that as prasadam. Okay, every day for the next 30 days. Four, and the last one, very, very important, is as grihasthas we are expected to do charity, and you can do whatever charity you want during this month, but it has to be in connection with Krishna. So Shastra prescribes these 5 activities as a vow, as a vrata for this month, and you can say whatever. For each of these you can decide what you want. I'm just giving example. Right? You can say, okay, I'm going to do so many rounds, I'm going to read so much, I'm going to offer so many diya, I'm going to eat at least once or twice, I'm going to honor Krishna Prasadam, I'm going to give so much Lakshmi to Krishna. This much you decide. Whatever you do, swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Swalpamapyasya, meaning even little devotion you do in this Kartik Masa, in this Adhik Masa, Purushottam Masa, will be of great benefit for you. Okay. So don't miss this. And these vratas are what can push us to this. Sometimes devotees come and get stuck at some at some level. How much ever effort we are putting, we are not moving. These are the months we have to take special mercy from. They'll suddenly block whatever is holding us, whatever ceiling is holding us, they'll break, and then we'll make progress. Then okay, 1 more level. After a few years, again we got stuck somewhere. Okay, again do one vrata. Which is why every year we say, do Kartik Masa, Kartik month, do this. If you can do Chaturmasa, it's good. But these 2 are extremely, extremely powerful, especially for devotion. Chaturmasa also has some material benefits. Of course, we don't do it for material benefits, but it's a little bit of austerity. Some people can't manage, giving up urad dal for 1 month, giving up, curds for 1 month, milk for 1 month, extra green vegetables for 1 month. But here nothing, no giving up, just doing Krishna Bhakti. Both Kartik and Purushottam Mas. But I said Purushottam Mas is 1,000 times 1,000. You will have to wait for another 3 years for one more Kartik for Purushottam month. So better make use of it. Okay, starting today. So you can start from today, no tomorrow. Hmm. And please do this. And it's an opportunity for us. These verses we should hear. And Krishna is saying, I will give whatever that devotee needs in his life, and whatever he has, I will protect. Whatever he doesn't have, I will give. This is Krishna's promise. So we don't have to think that I am only running my life, I have to take care of all my problems myself. No. If you keep thinking like that, Krishna will say, Tathastu. Okay, you want to take care of all your life problems, you take care. But if you say, no, 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 Krishna, I can't, I'm like foolish, I'm like a small child, I'm totally dependent on you. Krishna says, okay, no problem, I will take care. So it's up to you what you want to do. And this month you can make this attempt saying that, okay, maybe in this month alone, how much can I depend on Krishna as a practice? In every day you are faced with so many situations. Write down, okay, 10 situations. 2, I thought about Krishna. 8, I didn't. So then next day you say, okay, maybe I will try 3 today. 4, 5. If by chance by the end of Purushottam month, if you become 100% dependent on Krishna, you maximize the benefit you can get from Kartik, from Purushottam month. So try something. Try something for the pleasure of Krishna. You'll be extremely pleased because he's the one who's given this benediction. He's expecting us to do more in this month. So please do more. Okay. So we'll stop here. Any questions?